Well, the temperatures are warming up here in Central Florida, and soon the rains will start, and that's a perfect combination for composting. And I do most of my composting right here in my chicken yards. I have a lot of large chickens, and I've got a few small ones too, I'll talk about later. But what I do is I bring in as much, pardon the crow, oak leaves or any kind of tree leaves that are dead, and I bring them into the coops there and lay them out, and also add some greens, any kind of garden greens, or I've got some here in a bucket getting ready to put out here for these guys because they have to have their greens and they love it. And all this breaks down over time with the combination of the heat and the moisture, provides a perfect environment for composting vegetable matter, dead leaves, sticks, twigs. So that's where I get most of my soil amendment for my garden area. Also, I take eggshells. Okay, be quiet a minute. I take eggshells and I grind them up in a blender. If you can see, they're very fine, and that helps them break down and get the calcium into the compost. So I spread that around, as well as some coffee grounds, banana peels. Looks like here's an old piece of a pumpkin, maybe from last fall. And the chickens love all the things I bring over here as well. So that's one of the reasons I keep the chickens here, for this good compost I get, and of course for the farm fresh, really good eating the eggs that they provide me most of the time. You're pretty good girls, aren't you? So after, give them a little treat here. After this, everything breaks down here. It turns into a, what I call it black hen rather than black cow. Black cow is actually just a cow manure, uh, and black hen has little chicken manure, and of course all the plant and vegetable matter, the dead leaves. Once it rains in here, uh, it'll start breaking down and provide me with some great soil. I don't use any kind of fertilizer at all on any of my plants, whether they're in a container or in the ground. Uh, when I was in high school back in the mid '60s, when I first got my green thumb, I took a class in my senior year of high school called FFA, Future Farmers of America, and that's where I got my green thumb and really enjoyed growing things, vegetables, and so on. But we used a fertilizer. I think it was 666, and we'd have to put that stuff on the plants in order for them to grow, because they just wouldn't grow in this Florida sandy soil that we have. But I decided one day, I was walking out in the woods and looking at how everything was nice and green, and nobody brought any fertilizer out there to make all that look so well. So I got a book, I think it was called Grow It, back in the '60s, and it was really informative. I read the thing through, I don't know how many times, all about gardening and farming, farm animals. Really great book. I don't know what happened to it. It got lost along the way somewhere. But I decided then that I would try something. Well, back then, I don't even know if the word organic was in our vocabulary much, but 60 years ago. But I started doing some of my own composting, and found out that things grow really well that way, and maybe they're better for you to eat too, right? Yeah. So yeah, I've been composting for many years. I also make a liquid compost. Just take like a banana peel and any other kind of green matter you want to put in there and let it soak overnight in a water in a container. Pour that on the plants, and that provides a great fertilizer. So yeah, so uh, this kind of explains now. I had a bunch of inquiries about how I enrich my soil and what I do to get my plants growing so good. I am going to do a big video of my garden area. It's not here at this location. I keep the chickens over here because over where I have my garden is in the city, and this guy here would wake everybody up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So he's not allowed. He's not allowed over in the city, but this is county here where I keep my flocks here. I've only got 4 hens here. I got the black hen, black girl, and 3 Americanas. The they're the ones that lay the nice blue eggs, Americanas, and the black girl, she lays these nice brown eggs. They are really good eggs too. Uh, I don't have enough to really get into the sales of eggs, but I have enough to supply my family, extended family, and so on. So that's how everything is. How I get my soil. I'll be bringing in bags and bags of leaves here shortly. In Florida, this time of the year is when the oak trees start sprouting new growth, and we have our leaves falling like in February and March, whereas up north in the North Country, the leaves fall in the fall, like September, October, November, and all the trees go bare. But here, the oak leaves will start falling when the new growth comes out this time of year, with the temperatures starting to get up in the 70s and 80s now. And there'll be, I can go around the neighborhoods and people will bag up all their leaves and put them out for the trash to be taken to the landfill, I guess. So I'll go around and people let me take any bags of leaves they have, and I'll bring them over here, and I will collect maybe 50 to 100 bags of leaves in the course of a couple weeks. And then over the summer, I'll be dumping them in here, and the chickens will be rummaging through them and breaking them down, and they break them down into just a crumbly leaf like that. Breaks it down really good, and that encourages the compost to start growing. So yeah, so that's how I do it. Uh, like I said, I don't buy any kind of fertilizers. I don't use any pesticides on my plants. Over at where I have my garden, I've got a lot of the little Florida lizards, and I kind of depend on them to take care of the bugs. And I don't have any bug issues at all. Those lizards will grab a bug just like that, and they are my pesticide, you might say, and herbicide. So hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for my garden tour. I'll be doing that real soon here, I hope. So, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we will see you again soon. Thanks for watching.